Mike, was Saturday a little more ideal for you in terms of number of rushes and how often you were able to run the ball?
Yeah, you know, I think Tiandre coming back, I think helped. I also think that, well, there were situations where they gave us a rush. Also, I thought that our quarterbacks, you know, did a good job identifying some things there. You know, I mean, we're a far cry from ideal rushing the football. We just got to keep getting better at it.
People point to the yards gained by the offense after analyzing the tape. How happy were you with just the overall performance?
Thought we played really hard. You know, it was a strange game. I've never had 4 kicks blocked in a year, much less in a game. And you know, we battled away and you know, end up drawing the thing in to the end, and that's against ridiculous adversity that you know that we had to overcome. That against a really good team. So.
I know we had asked you about the special teams after the game. You said, "I'll, you know, take a look at it on tape." Now that you've probably had a chance to do that, what were your thoughts on maybe some of those blocks?
It was all very simple. Individual bust by our guard on the first field goal. The second one, individual bust by our tackle. Snapper rolled the punt, and then our wing on punt whiffed the guy. I mean, it's about as simple as that. And the funny thing is the other parts of the unit were doing some good things. We just you know, the fact that it was a lot of times, you know, if you have a problem there, it's going to be one specific place. It's going to be something over and over. It's going to be something they've identified or they pick away at. It's 4 random deals, 4 random loss of focus.
Coach, you said before that maybe a loss comes down to a certain amount of plays. When talking to the team about that, is that how you show it to them? Do you just show them those plays, or is that how you breach the subject with them?
We talked about effort more than the plays on this one because we had really good effort. We wanted to reinforce that and continue to improve on it. You know, obviously talked about, you know, the importance of 11 people focusing each play and that it can have bad consequences. A lot of times, you know, somebody doesn't focus and maybe some play didn't get what it should get or something like that. But special teams where you exchange a bunch of yards or you know, and a lot of times it nearly gets blocked, you know, and not in this case. I mean, they got all 4 of them, so.
Sounds like Jeff was playing well in practice yesterday. Do you know at what point here you might make your decision on who the starting quarterback would be?
Jeff's doing some good stuff, and Connor is too. Connor had a big game. Jeff was playing really well, and then of course I thought Connor started out slow but had a gigantic second half.
I know when I asked you, gave you a chance to deny, you know, the allegations on Saturday. Wanted to make sure you didn't think I was accusing you at all. Just was giving you a chance to deny everything. But any further thoughts now that more information has come forward in regards to, you know, responses by Pac-12 people, athletic directors, presidents, anything like that? Any other response you'd like to make? Oh,
well, they're all categorically denied. I mean, there's no truth about it at all, and none's been suggested either. So,
is there anything that has been done maybe in practice, in game time, that could have been misconstrued possibly, or be a gray area something to point to?
No. Next question.
It seems an easy shot for someone who's disgruntled to take, given everything that's gone on. How do you navigate that situation? I know these questions are not something you want to be addressing, but how do you navigate that when, I mean, it's an easy leap to have people vilify for something that we don't know happened, and it's also an easy step to look the other way and see someone who's disgruntled and throwing shots out.
Well, I think that's obviously the case.
Obviously, he wasn't there in the game. Dominique Williams, Bobby Ratliff stepped up a lot. What did you think about their play?
Thought they played really well. Thought they, and I mentioned something about addition by subtraction. I think that was clearly the case and probably long overdue.
When you look at a guy like Jeff and, you know, I know you haven't been here for his whole career, but see the injury struggles that he's had. Do you feel for a kid like that, you know, it just seems to happen to him?
It's unbelievable. I mean, he, you know, most people would have quit, you know, so yeah, he's been through a lot of adversity, but, you know, he's, you know, a tough guy, and I think an example for everybody as far as real commitment to playing football. And, you know, he's never flinched on anything with regard to his role or anything like that.
I know that you guys obviously did not let the statement or Wilson's departure become a distraction because you scored 36 points, but when you're going to have investigators walking around now asking players about these things, are you concerned that that is now going to be a distraction for your team?
We did a great job ignoring the distractions, so, you know, no, I mean, we don't have anything to hide around here.
Talk about
And quite frankly, you in particular should know we don't have anything to hide around here. I mean, you were the one sitting up there in the library and everything, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you saw it as good as anybody. I mean, you can write the story better than I can. I mean, you were there the whole time. And plus you were in an elevated view of the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, well, there you go. I mean, as a matter of fact, you're going to be one of the first guys I'm going to direct these people towards. All right, go ahead.
looking at Arizona State, I don't know how much you've been watching them, their film, but looking at what kind of team they have this year, their strengths, what are you looking most to address?
Against
Arizona State, the upcoming game.
I think, well, they play really good defense. They play really good defense. They're kind of an inspired group, but they're like us too. They play in spurts at times. They're really explosive. Their skill guys are really good.
Arizona State's a team trying to get bowl eligible. Is that at all something you'll tell your team or motivate them to, you know, we're not going, we don't want other people to, kind of thing? Or
I think we're in more of the stages of focusing on effort and improving ourselves, you know, just working to being the best teams that we can be.
Their offense to struggle a little bit the last couple of weeks after consistently putting up quite a few points. What have you seen these last 2 weeks that maybe hasn't worked as well for them?
No, I think their level of competition changed a little bit. You know, I think part of it, they played better people. I think I don't know how deep they are, so I think they're probably getting thin, like a lot of teams are this time of year. But I think they're still explosive, and I think they're a very good team.
One of the things Elliott talked about when he was in here earlier talking with us is that he felt that perhaps there wasn't a lot of explosivity going on with the offense's play, but he was proud of the effort of the offensive line and also that they were consistent. And he thought that was a success there.
I wouldn't go. I mean, in our game this last, I don't know if we were consistent. I thought we were improved. I thought it was very meaningful for us. I thought we played hard. You know, we had some individual busts here and there. But I thought we really, you know, the biggest thing, we played hard. I thought we gave our best effort. Now we need to try to sharpen it up. But I thought they really did have a good effort. And I thought Bosch played good.
Questions on the line for Coach?
They probably can't hear.
It's fixed. Anything else for Coach?
I got one.
Hey, any questions?
That's
Only one guy left.
Coach, I got a question for you from a student. Just asking, how are you adjusting to the weather compared to specifically, you know, being in Texas and now being up here with the snow and everything?
This is more similar to Texas than people think. I mean, it's you know, there's more snow here. Texas, there was times it would snow and stick around for a while. We had 0 to 4 snowstorms a year. It'd always get cold. Here it seems like lately it's been snowing, and most of the storms I've been around, other than what, 1 or 2 last year, it warms up and rains on it, it goes away. But no, I don't mind it. I'd just change, you know. I don't want to stay the same for too long.
Coach, we caught up with a couple this weekend that traveled out from Lubbock that are huge fans of yours, and we know there's a lot of different people that come up from the Texas Tech area that like to come out and check out what you're doing up here. What does it mean to you to have those folks that are, you know, this is their vacation, this is their anniversary gift to go out and watch you do your thing up here at Washington State?
Oh, we had fantastic fans. I mean, fantastic. I mean, that whole place was great other than about 3 people. And then, you know, I mean, but the thing with, I mean, we got to the point where, and part of it was the recreation of the thing. It started with the A&M game. Before the game, I mean, they'd camp outside. I mean, and I mean tents, barbecues, big screen TVs, where they're playing with, you know, all the, you know, having button pushing contests, and which, I mean, I'm sure button pushing's fun. I actually saw a waterbed. I mean, they had stuff everywhere. They had like sheet outside where they'd show movies on. Sometimes it was just bitter cold. Sometimes it was just bitter cold out, and then still, okay, that thing and then it eventually expanded to where it wasn't just the A&M or Texas game, depending who was at our place. It'd be A&M or Texas. And then it got to where they did it every week, and then it got up to 3,000, and then it got to where they elected a mayor, and so and we would send pizzas over there, which we obviously didn't have 3,000 pizzas, but we'd send a pile of them, and the food they were eating over there, I mean, you could smell it. The food they were eating over there was better than any pizzas we sent, but it was kind of a gesture, you know. And so at any rate, it was, they called it Raiderville. It was a heck of a deal. Now I'm not, and part of it was the enthusiasm for football in the game, and part of it, I mean, let's be honest, you're a college student playing camp out, that's pretty tough to beat, you know. And I was kind of preoccupied with the game, and don't know what my wife would have thought about it, but I wasn't able to go camp out there for a couple of days, and I know she wouldn't have gone for it, but she might. I might could have had a little Woodstock there for a day or something, maybe, I don't know, but yeah, it grew to 3,000. Part of it was just the enthusiasm that went along with the program and the whole thing, you know, so.
They had mentioned, though, that they're just major fans of you, that they think regardless of anything that's happened in the past or any allegations that have come up now, they're just huge fans of you, and that's why they wanted to come. What do you want to say to people like that?
Well, I really appreciate that, but I mean, anything I've ever accomplished has been on the backs of assistant coaches and players, you know, I mean, without that, I mean, and also great fans. I mean, that generates a lot of energy and makes a place a special place to be. And if it's not for that, you know, I mean, you know, none of it's worthwhile. And so I mean, I appreciate that, and I certainly do, and it means a lot. But you know, I had a lot of help in this thing, and you know, and still do. So.
Coach, what did you think of the fan support on Saturday? Obviously, it kind of thinned out there at about halftime, but people started to filter back in as the game got closer.
I thought it was great. I thought it was great. And our you know, we had a bunch of recruits in town, and they talked about it, and they were fired up about it, and they were ecstatic about it. And you know, our game day environment is a special one here. Part of it, it's tight, it's close, it's enthusiastic, it's collegiate, it's. So it really is a special place to play a game. I mean, my only regret is I only got to do it once this last month, but no, it was good. It was good, and you know, if we had 4 plays back, it would have been even more fun by everybody. So I'm not even sure we needed all 4 of them.
Guys good with Coach?
Yeah.
Mike's is still on Saturday on starting quarterback from Saturday.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted. Leave your number with Bill, and
just call me. Well, you're convenient.
Yeah, just drop in there. I'm going to be watching film till about 3 a.m. and you're certainly welcome. There's 24 hours in the day, and you might as well spend it with me.
Hey, seriously, what was your reaction when President Floyd announced that he's going to do the investigation? What's your reaction?
I just think he wants to dispel all the falsehood that surrounds it, and you know, which I have no problem with that. I mean, well, sitting right here, I have an eyewitness that witnessed the entire workout that he spent 15 minutes in and objected to and left. I mean, 65 people went through the workout. Nobody and he left after 15 minutes. Nobody went after him. I think it says more about him than it does anybody or anything else. And the great thing is, I got an eyewitness.
And Dennis Simmons already said that too. Oh, just to clarify, Mike, when you said earlier categorically deny, you're referring to Wilson's charge about physical, emotional, and verbal abuse?
I don't even know what it is, nothing specified.
I guess he didn't give a specific example, but he's accusing physical, emotional, and verbal abuse being allowed in the locker room and on the field, and you're categorically denying that?
No, no question.
So
For like the 10th time, but anyway.
But is it under, as far as the investigation, is it surrounding that specific practice, or is it that you're aware of?
I don't know anything about it, I haven't talked to anybody about it, I'm not concerned about it. You know, and the biggest place is, it's a distractions in here. So far our team's done a tremendous job, you know, ignoring anybody that doesn't want to be here and going out and playing as hard as they can, so.
The stepfather referred to the halftime locker room at Utah. Was there some sort of, you know, Elliott talked about there was a intense, you know, face-to-face between assistants and players. Is that true?
Just the typical locker room stuff. I mean, Elliot could tell you better than I could. And I can tell you with certainty that nothing inappropriate happened in